Okay, everybody, can we get this already? Quick announcement. Anyone lose glasses, black frames? Okay, we'll leave right up here with Maria. Oh, let's see, Councilman Rivera. So show of hands. Patriots, Falcons. Patriots? Falcons?
I did not get the handout, the color handout that people have today, the list of the priorities and all that.
The PowerPoint, I think that's really good.
Would you?
Yeah.
Because but I don't, my printer's broken. So can you mail it? Because I came in a side yard, so I missed getting it, I
We
guess.
actually didn't have it out.
Oh,
We didn't have it out. So I'm glad they give it to you. It's going to be posted to the website.
yeah, I did my printer. Just down here, and I'd like a printed copy. Thank you.
Now I forget his name, but he was a motivational speaker, and he was a fellow in a wheelchair, I heard him speak. He's one of these people that he got up and gave a speech to a group of people, 15,000 people had all left in tears, and he brought him in as a motivational speaker to the team, and the entire message was, think about what you could accomplish if what any of you did individually didn't matter. So he brought in this motivational speaker to focus on being a team, and that has driven their success all these years, because they don't look at themselves as individuals, they look at themselves as members. It just goes to show what people can do if you all think of yourselves as part of a team.
Good advice. Okay.
Understanding that we're moving on to number 2.
What's
That was
two?
the amendment that they called it. Is it number 7?
Yes.
I was going to just cover the budget, my recommendations, and I'll be done in 10 to 15 minutes, then we'll get on to the important stuff, which is the council's. Sorry? Yeah, maybe. Okay, I do want to spend a few minutes going over the budget. I know some people's eyes are glazed over, but this is really important that you understand your local finances. Okay, the city of San Juan Capistrano has a 2-year budget. So the council adopted their budget back in June of 2016. The fiscal year starts July 1, 2016. It's a 2-year budget. It goes to June 30th, 2018. We are now in fiscal year 2016-17. We are right here, okay? This is the end of the fiscal year. This is the next fiscal year. Even though they adopt a 2-year budget, they have continual check-ins. We're about to have one at the end of February or the beginning of March. We'll call the mid-year budget. That is an opportunity for our finance director and his team to come back and say, okay, you approved these numbers, you approved this spending plan, you projected your revenues, are we on track? How does our spending look? How do our revenues look? We'll have assessor data from the County of Orange, we'll have updated sales tax data, and we can say, gosh, the local economy, we're not seeing the sales tax revenues we projected, or hey, we're saving some money because we have vacancies at City Hall. Whatever the case is, it's a chance to recalibrate for the council. So that's going to be coming up soon. Very important meeting. Your general fund. This is the city's, essentially your general checking account. Okay, this is where your sales tax goes, your property tax goes. Essentially, where all of the city departments are funded out of. Good news is your general fund is healthy. We actually ended last year with a positive balance. A lot of that was carryover, but we had savings in projects, we had savings in staff, so we increased our fund balance, so your checking fund balance, by almost $1 million. What's very good news for San Juan Capistrano is this council and previous councils have been fiscally conservative and prudent and increased the general fund reserve. And general fund reserve, essentially your bank balance, is at about 60%, of your operating expenditures, over $15 million. That's healthy. We can weather a storm. And we know that storms come, both literal and figurative. I'm not sure if everyone can see this, but I just want to give you a sense of how the city takes in money and kind of the allocation between different sources. So briefly, the two largest income sources for the city are sales tax and property tax, both about $9 million. Hotel tax, we have two hotels, important members of the business community, Best Western and the Marriott on Stone Hill. They generate what we call TOT. Has everyone heard of TOT? Transient occupancy tax or hotel tax. The TOT rate in San Juan Capistrano is 10%. When you go stay at a hotel in San Juan, you pay a 10% surcharge. That's for the privilege of staying on a short-term basis in our city. All cities have that. And all of that 10% goes to the city of San Juan. So TOT is a significant revenue generator. We have two hotels. That's basically folded into other taxes here. Why do Dana Point and Laguna Beach have more money than they know what to do with? It's because they have large luxury hotels, okay? So they have a whole nother piece of the pie. In fact, I think in Laguna Beach, TOT is behind property tax in terms of income. So that's one thing I wanted to speak to. Really quick, on TOT, we know we have hotels coming, and it's probably a little premature at this point, but one of the things that staff is going to be recommending to the council, I've already had a lot of conversations with individual council members about this, is a business improvement district.
Yes.
That's a financing mechanism, okay? So that allows you, the city, to increase your TOT by a certain margin, and a lot of cities do this. The TOT right now, the base TOT in Anaheim is 15%. Okay, so we're 10%, they're 15%. Why is that a good tax? Because visitors pay it. Are you familiar with visitors, or when you go to when you're looking for a hotel somewhere, are you looking at their TOT tax? Probably not. It's not a tax on residents, visitors. Visitors have impacts here. They drive on the streets, they use police services, etc. A business improvement district essentially adds a surcharge on top of that TOT, say 2%. That money, again, comes to the city, but can be appropriated wherever. So what a lot of cities have done is, hey, we want to take of that 2%, let's say it's going to generate $500,000 a year. We're going to say $100,000 is going to go toward local streets, roads, and landscaping. Another $200,000 is going to go toward tourism. So it's going to come back and benefit the lodging establishments. So the lodging establishments are typically proponents of this. You can take money and from that BID, Business Improvement District, and put it into historical preservation or community character. So there's all kinds of things you can do, something we need to look at as we get a little further along with the hotel projects. Sales tax, again, actually in San Juan right now, our largest revenue. The city gets 1%, this is San Juan, all cities in California get 1% of $1 in taxable revenue, okay, in sales tax revenue. So you get a penny on a dollar. Remember that. If we sell a car, if an auto dealer, we're fortunate we have auto dealers here in the community, if they sell a car for 50 grand, the city gets $500. We're very fortunate to have auto dealers because they are major sales tax generators. And so, in fact, they're some of the top sales tax generators in the city, and cities compete for auto dealers. One of the things that all our businesses in San Juan are important, we're trying to improve our communication and dialogue with the Chamber of Commerce. I know the mayor and several of us have had extensive meetings with Mark Bodenhammer and with local businesses. But just in terms of the auto dealers, one of the things we've done is we've assigned a specific person in the planning department, one of our all-stars, Laura Stokes, as the point of contact for the auto dealers. So when they have a question, if they want a special activities permit, if they have a question about a code issue, they call her. She's incredibly familiar. She knows the process. She walks them through it because we really want to nurture them and make sure they're successful. So to put things in perspective, let's say the auto dealers cumulatively can generate another $200,000 in revenue. It's good economy. People are buying cars. Gas prices are low. $200,000, that gets you another cop on the street. Okay? So it really matters. I mean, there's a direct correlation to what we bring in and the services we can provide.
I have a question about the prior slide. What
is transfers in? I mean, where's that money coming from?
That's coming from other city funds. So, Ken, you want to just elaborate on that?
Sure. The general fund
This is Ken Allen, our
incurs,
finance director.
the general fund incurs costs and expenditures that directly relate to the funding sources that are accumulated in other funds. So the general fund's entitled to reimbursement from those other funds for those legitimate services that support those programs. And so that's basically what you're seeing there.
Thanks, Ken. Okay, we'll cover this quickly. This just shows how we spend our money out of the general fund. This is public safety. Public safety in San Juan is just police services. So what are you missing here? You have public safety, another big one is public works and utilities. But utilities is supported by the water fund, so this is really public works. General government is all of our internal services, city manager, finance, human resources, planning department, parks and recreation, community services. What's missing on here? Fire, okay. Charlie, you're asking me on it. Okay, fire, we are a member of the Structural Fire Fund of the Orange County Fire Authority. Councilmember Farias is, or Mayor Pro Tem Farias, I'm sorry, is on the board of directors for the Fire Authority. So we have a seat on the Fire Authority. They're their own legal independent agency. They're supported by a direct assessment on your property tax bill. Okay, so the city doesn't pay the Fire Authority directly. We do with the Sheriff's Department. We have a direct cash contract with the Orange County Sheriff's Department to be our municipal police department. This is just a quick slide to show you that we have a healthy local economy, a solid tax base. Our assessed valuation is going up. I would expect this to continue to increase as you see some of the new residential development come online. Unfortunately, the property taxes from that really won't hit us until 2018, so we don't expect to see any real increase in our 2-year budget cycle through June 30th, 2018. But going forward, good thing, property tax, relatively stable income source. Okay. This is where this gets important. Financial challenges for 2017-18. First of all, we already know, we've been told by our sales tax consultant, that the revenues we expected in sales tax, we will likely be receiving less than what we budgeted by about $250,000, okay? We also know that our sheriff's contract is going to go up by almost $200,000. This is affecting almost all cities in Orange County, especially the sheriff's contract, those who contract for police services. The Sheriff's Department has a new agreement with their Deputies Association. Those costs get spread among all the member agencies. We get great service by the Sheriff's Department. They're an outstanding resource. The advantage of using the Orange, I work in cities, and a lot of our key management staff here is work in cities where you have your own municipal police department, like the City of Irvine and the Sheriff's Department. The argument for the Sheriff's Department, one of the key arguments, they're great people, they're really highly qualified deputies, but also you're pulling from a resource of, I don't know, 1,200 sworn deputies? 1,500 sworn deputies, so if there's ever an emergency here, we have deputies that come in. In fact, we always, almost regularly, we have deputies from Dana Point and San Clemente and Laguna Woods and Laguna Hills. If there's an emergency, if there's a major issue, we have that resource. They have their own SWAT team and forensics lab and helicopter. When you have a municipal department for a city of 30,000, you're not going to be able to afford that. But we pay for it. Ongoing litigation expenses, I think the council has done a great job in controlling that and making wise decisions as it relates to settling some lawsuits that we have a small chance of prevailing on. And then labor negotiations, we kind of talked about that, depending on where the associations come in at and whether there's going to be an increase or cost of living adjustment, that could hit the budget. So we know we have challenges, but we do think we're well positioned in the general fund. The good news, we know we have long-term revenue opportunities. Hotel tax revenues is probably the most significant. Property taxes from residential projects, that's helpful, but remember, those are new people in the community, and we also provide services to those people, so I don't consider that a major boon to the local economy in terms of property taxes. Lower Roseanne and downtown properties, that actually has potential for significant revenue generation, whether it be through sales tax or otherwise. You have quality commercial developers who are coming in here who are interested in these properties, and so seeing those improved and better utilized could be significant. Revitalization investment in downtown, that's kind of a byproduct of everything here. Okay, transition. We talked about the general fund, which is basically your main checking account. Now let's transition to the water fund. General fund, I told you, you're in good shape. Water fund is very challenged. And so all the speakers that address this in their comments, I want to make sure there's factual information out there, but I would agree that this is something that we need to pay close attention to. We do have a deficit in the water fund of about $6 million. Our water fund is what they call an enterprise fund. It's funded by fees, by customer rates, okay? So we can't use sales tax to pay our water costs for our infrastructure. We can't use property tax. We have to use fees. So the more we spend, the more we have to raise rates. A rate study was approved here a few years ago. We have the last of, I think, 3 increases kicking in on July 1st. That will help. How did we get a deficit? The first was the customer rate refunds. That created it. We also have had significant legal fees in the water fund, multiple lawsuits. We are actually right now before the State Water Board because of an issue that we had with a neighboring water jurisdiction. There is active litigation the city's involved with. It takes very specialized attorneys. They charge a lot of money, and it is taking its toll on the water fund. I see little improvement over the next 2 years. Okay, so the rate increase will do something, do a little to mitigate it, but we're still going to have a sizable deficit. We're covering that deficit because we have an accumulated fund balance, so extra money in our sewer fund, totally separate fund, okay? So on your property tax bill, you get assessed for water, you get assessed for sewer. The idea is the sewer expenses go to pay and maintain our sewer infrastructure. Water revenue goes to maintain our water infrastructure. Our water fund has been borrowing from our sewer fund. Totally legal, nothing unusual, happens all the time in all kinds of agencies where, funds loan each other money. But it's not a long-term sustainable plan. What I would say, this really ties back to the water reorganization though, because in about a year, we should have a recommendation from LAPCO, remember that regional body, that I anticipate will say, hey city, it doesn't make sense for you to be in the water business. You should be part of a larger agency, whether that's Santa Margarita or South Coast Water District or Molten Miguel or IRWD, those are all the big dogs around us. You should be part of them. They have the resources, they have the expertise, they have the reserves, and that, if the council decides to pursue that option, that in itself will be a process of annexation. But you have to realize, I've been in those meetings, all those water agencies are very interested in San Juan Capistrano because we have assets, we have infrastructure, we have a desalter, the groundwater recovery plant right behind City Hall. And so they see value in San Juan. They understand we have liabilities, they understand we have debt. Essentially, that's the process we're going through right now to better understand that and unpack it and figure out how this could make sense. Okay, challenges and opportunities. These are things that I want the council to really be aware of, and obviously there's a ton of opportunities, there's many challenges. We talked about a few of them over the last hour or so, but I want to highlight and underscore what I think are probably the most important. External threats. We know there's global instability, it's a globalized economy, things that happen in Asia can actually affect our local economy, believe it or not. It wasn't like that 50 years ago. Local government didn't have to worry about that. Not the case anymore. You have Brexit, that affects rates, that affects what we pay on our debt. You have a new administration. There's always challenges. Typically, we are a creature of the state of California, okay? So we are subject to new laws that come out of Sacramento. This is the capital in Sacramento. Governor Brown has been relatively friendly to cities. It wasn't always like that. They would do state